Welcome, everybody, to our new series, second series of Mindset Matters. We are super privileged to have you all here because we are here to give you a gift of how you can change your mindset. So once again, thank you to each and every person who's joined. And we are going to be just sharing with you what you are going to expect on the sessions. And then we're going to bring on our main speaker. Before I do that, just to remind everybody that it is an 8-week series. So what we have in store for you is 8 sessions, which will go into social media. You will get to see what the 8 sessions look like, starting today with Your Mindset is a Superpower, building unshakable confidence, to discipline over motivation, the power of personal standards, emotional control under pressure, decision-making mindset, the execution of GAP, and building your next chapter. If you attend every single session, you will be certified. You will be certified personally to you that you successfully completed the 8-week online program for transformation within yourself, your journey, your mindset, your personal growth, and intention to live your life on your purpose. So just wanted to kick off with that. My background, Shazia Hussain. I am an educationist by profession, certified in teaching, training, master trainer now as in terms of in my education setting, but also in NLP, hypnosis, and timeline therapy. And I have the pleasure today to have with us Maher Awad. He is the co-founder and he's also the Chief Compliance Officer of Qminds. And I'm super grateful to share this platform with Maher because he's a rare combination of business experience, discipline, leadership, and heart. He owns and operates several successful businesses, manages his own investment portfolio, and has spent years building not only companies, but people and communities. What I appreciate most is that Maher speaks from real life, not theory. His message comes from experience, from consistency, and a genuine desire to help others. So as we begin today, I encourage you to listen closely and take away one thing that you can put into action immediately, because that's all it takes. So Maher, I'm going to bring you in to take everybody away with Your Mindset Can Be Your Superpower. Maher.
Thank you, Shazia. Thank you for the beautiful introduction. And wow, what an attendance today. We have almost 50 people on this call. You know, I'm doing what I love to do, and that's helping people build wealthier lives, not just financially, but emotionally, spiritually, mentally, building themselves. And I feel that this was a calling for me. You know, I've been so blessed in many ways. I've endured lots of suffering in the past during my, early ages and in many areas of my life, but I feel so blessed. I feel so blessed for my family, for my QBN family members, who I call family, for all of you on this call. I'm blessed to have each and every one of you in my life. And if I can make a difference in your life, that just makes my heart warm. So again, Shazia, thank you for the beautiful introduction. And I want to hand it back to you, Shazia. You know, Shazia is very humble. She has a PhD in education. She's also an entrepreneur, owns multiple businesses, recently got certified master practitioner of neuro-linguistic programming, a master hypnotic certification. She leads our Qminds and educational platforms, and she does so much behind the scenes, helping people just like I do as well. So Shazia, thank you so much for everything you do for Qminds, for QBN, for me, and for everybody that's around you. So we're so blessed to have you.
Thank you, Maher. And I just wanted to sort of remind everybody. I mean, I don't know if you've done this activity, but I'm going to do this with Maher, and I would like everybody to join. It just popped into my head. So it's changing your state. So if everybody closes your eyes, if you're comfortable in doing so. And when you're ready, think of a time when you felt absolutely amazing. You felt so confident that you were able to achieve everything you could. You received praise and you felt proud. You saw what you saw. Notice the colors. Notice where you are. Feel what you feel. Now, very good. That's right. Very good. Now step back into that memory. Feel exactly what you felt. Notice your breathing and your posture. Notice the confidence grow stronger and allow that feeling to spread throughout your entire body. That's right. Very good. Now make the picture brighter. Bring it closer. Double the feeling. Turn it up. Take one deep breath and let that confidence fill your body. And as you feel it, feel your very best. Gently squeeze your thumb and finger together and hold that feeling for 5 seconds. And then when you're ready, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, come back into the room. How did that feel, Maher?
Amazing, Shazia.
How did
Amazing.
you feel?
Yes.
So that's the
I,
power of the mind. It's simple as that. So I'm going to hand it back to you. That was the warm up to blow everybody away with our session today. Thank you.
Thank you, Shazia. What a beautiful session. And when you were saying, think of a moment. I have so many moments, but my moment was right now. I felt so excited, so warm, lots of praise, and so it was the moment that I just felt now. And the music that I play, it's a very high energy, and I labeled it mindset, high energy motivation. So it gets just everybody pumped up. So I'm going to start off today's session. So. Today's mindset is your superpower. It is the basis of our Mindset Matters sessions. We'll do a little overview of a few things that have made me successful, a few challenges that we've faced along the way. We've had people on this call from all sorts of industries, whether it's medical profession, whether it's the sports. We have some sports athletes on here, business entrepreneurs. We have students. We have young students in middle school, high school, and college. So we have a very diverse audience. We have professionals, forex traders. I see Ashraf Noor on the call, and so. This session is for everyone, and we hope that you enjoy these 8-week sessions. I'm going to start off with something that might make you smile here a little bit. I'm going to share a few things on how to become poor and how to become unsuccessful. Okay? 1, wake up late every day. 2, scroll your phone for hours. 3, spend the money that you make on just everything. Spend all the money that you make. 4, avoid learning new skills. 5, complain about everything in life all the time. 6, be lazy even when things get hard. 7, hang out with friends that have no goals. And 8, keep saying I'll start tomorrow. How about those things to keep you unsuccessful and poor? And at one time or another, we've all experienced some of these, and some of us might experience one of these eight things right now. We might be around people that don't have any goals, or we're facing procrastination and fear. So we'll keep saying we start tomorrow. So I'd like to start today's session with saying stop negotiating with yourself. And everybody on this call knows that I have a quote that I like to say is, if you don't master your inner voice, it will master you. And a few months ago, we had a session about mastering your inner voice. So every time you argue with a decision you've already made, you're weakening your discipline. Okay. Here's an example. You say, would you wake up early, work out, make calls, read, attention? So uh, the small negotiation becomes a habit. So once you start negotiating with yourself, it eventually becomes excuses. It becomes stronger than your goals. So a similar drill that Shazia said is working with your mind. So whenever you find yourself, and this is something that I do in the past, negotiating with yourself or saying, finding excuses, you just start counting backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, one, and you move. And you know how I started? I'm going to share a funny story with you guys. I started in the shower with cold water. And some of you guys know that story. After I take my warm shower, before I get out, I just turn the water cold. I don't negotiate with myself. I don't tell myself it's going to be cold. I don't tell myself I'm going to suffer. I don't tell myself anything. I just turn the water to cold and just hold it for 10, 15, up to 30 seconds. And that's the first step that I learned in not negotiating with myself and starting to control my inner voice. So here's a challenge for everybody on this call. Okay. Pick one promise and obey to immediately every day for 7 days. So pick one promise and obey it. Obey it immediately for 7 days. Something that you tend to procrastinate, whether it's whatever it is. You pick your own procrastination, something that you procrastinate on, and just do it. No negotiation. And so for people that in the sports athletes, same thing. I know that we have several people on this call. Do you think here's something that I read a little while ago, and I think I put it in the group. You know the difference between ordinary and extraordinary? I put it in the leadership group. It's not talent, it's your mindset. And I recently had a conversation with a young man. He graduated, and I don't know if he's on this call or not. He's my cousin's boy, and he's 16 years old. He graduated from high school at 16, and he got admitted into the Berkeley Ivy League school in Berkeley for voice. And one conversation I had with him is, we all have the same 24 hours in our day, yes or no? Dr. K, Shazia, Malik, my son, every single person on this call, we have the same 24 hours. What's the difference between the people who make success and are successful versus not? And very wise kid at 16 years old, he knew the answer. It was time management. It's how we manage our time. Okay. While people are again scrolling their phones, binge watching shows. And I'm not saying not to ever watch a show. I enjoy watching a show every now and then, but binge watching shows, scrolling your phones, looking for recognition on social media, making posts about you and your family. While people are doing that, what are people like Shazia, myself, Ashraf Noor, Dr. Hussain, Carm, everybody on this group that are successful? What are we doing? We're developing skills. We're developing new skills. Shazia mentioned that I became recently CCO, Chief Compliance Officer of our QBN company. Now, that didn't come easy. That took hours of training, of courses that I had to take. Yeah, I'm 58 years old. I never thought myself going back to school and learning again. But I loved it. I loved enjoying a new skill. I loved learning about compliance and governance and risk management. And I loved it so much that now I'm going to continue my education into AML, money laundering compliance, and KYC. So learning skills, focusing on yourself. Shazia, do you have anything you want to add to that? Because I know this is a pretty
Oh,
powerful topic for
I
you.
I totally agree. I think personal development is crucial, and we're lifelong learners, and we need to e experience it and gift it to those around you, and keep on developing. The example you've given, Maher, if companies did not keep on developing themselves, they'd shut down. What happened to, Nokia, for example? And then Apple came in. And so it's about keeping up with the need of what the world needs, but also what you want to give and how you want to develop. So you're absolutely right. I don't remember when I have time to watch TV. I have to now schedule to watch the news, so I keep up with geopolitical stuff, and Forex enables me to do that naturally because you can't trade. So you're absolutely on point on that one. I totally ditto and vouch you on that.
Fantastic. The next topic I want to talk about is face the battles. No, face the battles no one else could face. People can support you, but no one can fight your inner battles. Only you can do that. Some people may encourage you, motivate you, advise you. On the coach, the coach can join. Can guide you. Teammates can encourage you. Fans can cheer you on. But that inner demon that you battle at some point, it's you versus you. It's in your own head, yes or no. And so let's talk about this topic for a little bit. Write down one inner battle that you're facing right now, and you don't have to write it down. Think about it. I keep avoiding blank because I'm afraid of blank. Okay. I keep avoiding making calls because I'm afraid of rejection. So write these down. There's a power about writing down, Shazia. Do you know about the power of writing things down? Can you
Yes.
elaborate on that a
When
little
you
bit?
write it down, you're actually letting the universe know that you're changing it from a desire to a goal, to something that you want to achieve. And that is the power of writing, saying, speaking, talking to yourself, which we sometimes don't really, I think we let it go. We don't take it seriously. But it is whatever we write or speak, we have installed it into happening. That's my belief.
Absolutely, and that's 100% believe. So this week, today, I want you to write something down. This week, I will be facing it by doing blank. So, for example, this week I will make 5 calls before noon every day. If you're in sales, name one inner battle to each and every you on this call. Name one inner battle and take one action against it daily. Here's an example. So my youth. As I was training, actually, let's not even go back too far. Let's go back to last year when I started doing my push-ups. Everybody knows well, most people know about my push-up challenge that I started in Ramadan and last year on March 1st. So March 1st was the first day of Ramadan last year, and I was fasting, and I decided to do a push-up challenge. So I started with 50 push-ups in the morning, 50 at night. 6 months in, I went to 75 and 75. After 1 year of 7 days a week doing push-ups, I went to 100 and 100 every single day because I developed a habit, a good habit for myself. But at the beginning, um, I was saying this is tough. I'm getting tired. Today I woke up with a backache. I feel sick. Actually, one day I had the flu, and I said to myself, I was starting to battle my inner demons in my mind. Say, okay, you're sick today. Take a day off. But then my discipline kicked in and said, no, no days off. You made a challenge, you made a promise. And so pick something that is challenging for you and make a note of it and challenge yourself to overcome that. Okay. Just one challenge. There's something about writing your goals down. And when I talk to my students that I mentor or coach, some people make the mistake of making too big of a goal and never achieving it. Okay. I love achieving smaller goals. Okay. So make goals achievable, write them down like we just talked about earlier with Shazia. Write your goals down, make them achievable, and go on to the next and build and continue building. Do you have anything you want to add on this topic, Shazia?
No, I'm just gonna again just make it smart. So it's
Yeah.
specific, it's measurable, it's achievable, it's realistic, and then T is your, target within the time frame. So put a time to it, because putting a time, when Maya talked about push-ups, I've personally seen it myself. I've seen you from every single event that we've been in. I have seen Maya physically do push-ups. And they could be in the hotel lobby, it could be at the airport, it can be, and it's contagious. And that's
Yeah.
the discipline that he actually has with that habit. And so
Yeah.
I would say a huge round of applause for that, because
Thank you.
that is discipline. That is discipline.
Yeah, we did we all Shazia and my co-founders and I traveled to Chile recently and yes, we were in the airport and then once I started doing them, one of my partners and co-founders, Tarek, came down and did them with me and it ended up becoming a challenge as to who can do the most that day. So it's great. Those are the people you want around you, people that surround you. And that's a whole nother topic of your circle of friends. So sometimes the toughest defender is not in front of you, but it's inside your head. So
My
face
a
yourself, face
question
your
for
demon.
you on your push-ups. Um,
Yes.
do you visualize? I mean, is there a goal? Because for me, when I went for my weight loss, I used to have this image. This is how I want to look. And every time I wanted to stop, I had to remind myself, what did I promise myself? And some people can keep it mentally. Some people need to stick it up on the wall so they see it every day to remind them. What is it for you?
So it was several things. It's how I wanted to look. I wanted to create some more definition on my upper body, my triceps. Of course, with my push-ups, I do plank. I do 2 minute plank and 100 crunches immediately after. So, I'm 58 years old and I never had a six pack. And I know that's silly to think about at a 58, but I knew it was a hard challenge. I knew that I've accomplished many, many goals. I've accomplished goals financially, spiritually, mentally, physically. But at 58, that was going to be a tough one. And I said, you know what? I want to be able to have a six pack at 58 years old. And not for everyone, not to show off, not to take off my shirt, for myself, for myself. And so it took me 10 months. And it wasn't just the push-ups and the crunches, but it was a discipline of diet. I've lowered my body fat from 18% to 11% within that first year. Because what I also did is during fasting, I trained. I trained in the gym. I lift weights for the first time in my life, and I got together with a nutritionist and my trainer and said, what is it going to take? And they said, it's not going to be easy, and this is what it's going to take. And so, to everyone on this call, surround yourself with people that are going to help you, push you, and motivate you. Dr. K is nodding. Yes, yes, absolutely. Because you need to surround yourself with people that are going to help you achieve your goals, not going to hold you back. Not going to say, hey, let's go out and let's have a Coke or let's have a drink and whatever. So people that are in your environment that support you. And so that's what I had. And it took me 10 months and a diet that was unbelievable. I had to give up many things, but I achieved it after 10 months. And, I'm proud to say that I've achieved that goal. And I see my daughter out here, Alia and Malik, and, they can testify. And so they're probably smiling. It's like, oh, Dad, what is he saying? But,
I still have a question for you because it was
yeah,
what was it that drove you to get there? Because this is what we want to instill in everybody else. So you sacrifice, yes, but it started off with a decision that you decided you were going to do it. And that's how strong mindset is,
like,
because Maher is an
yeah,
example of how superpower or how super powerful your mind is. Once you make
your
that,
mind, your mind is your superpower, 1,000,000%. For those of you that know me very well, I've had four surgeries in my life. I had two knee surgeries, a back surgery, and a shoulder surgery. Did that stop me from doing push-ups? No. I fully recovered. That was 3 years ago, and I fully recovered. So every surgery that I've had, I've recovered 110%, not 100, but 110. My physical therapist says you have a discipline that I've never seen before. And this is what I want everybody on this call to have. I want my energy to rub off on you guys to have that focus and that energy and that discipline that you can do it. I'm a living example of things that you could accomplish. You have goals of financial goals. When you're a student, you're like, I want to get a job that pays me six figures. You can do it. Absolutely. I know people that have recently graduated college and are within a year, they've already accomplished that goal. Dr. Lee is saying, how do faith, values, or purpose influence a person in achieving, oh, it went away, in achieving goals. So going back to Shazia's question is focus on the goal that you want to achieve every single day, whether you need to write it down or make an image or draw a picture of how you want to look and put it up, but visit that goal every morning. So the first thing you do, I'm going to share with you, everyone, 58 people on this call, I'm going to share with you my daily routine. And I hope that a little bit, some of you guys can learn from this. And this has helped me develop to where I'm at in every aspect of my life. When you get up in the morning, how many people on this call, the first thing they do is grab your phone? You don't have to answer. You can put it in the chat if you like, but how many people, the first thing you do is grab your phone? I don't. Yeah. I would have to say maybe 99% of the people on this call, when they wake up, the first thing they do is grab their phone, yes or no. I do not. I turn off my alarm if I have it. Usually I wake up before my alarm. Oh, Isa says I don't. Yay. Good job. So I usually wake up before the alarm. So I set my alarm at 5:40. I'm up by 5:30. I grab my phone to turn it off. I don't touch it because once you touch your phone, you're letting your mind your mind is now the the owner to somebody else. So somebody else owns your mind at that time, whether it's your emails, it's your work, social media. Somebody else is controlling your mind. Yes, Dr. P agrees. You're not controlling your own mind. Somebody else is controlling it. So I want to be in control of my own mind. The first thoughts that enter my mind need to be my own. It doesn't need to be social media. It doesn't need to be somebody else's problem. It doesn't need to be anything else. It needs to be my own thoughts that I put in my own mind. Second thing I do, I drink a glass of water. 8 glasses of water. Our body's made up of water, right, Dr. K? Majority of water? Yeah. So the first thing I do is drink water. The third thing I do is I go and do my prayer. Now, whether you're Christian, Catholic, Buddhist, doesn't matter. Pray. Faith is the key and the solution to everything, no matter what faith you are. I respect every religion. Okay? Pray. Pray because there's a stronger power, there's God, there's somebody above that's taking care of you, watching over you. Okay? So faith, that's a big one. After you pray, whether it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 20 minutes, you sit there in silence. And this is, I do every single day. My family's a testament in silence, and I do gratitude. How many, how many things are we grateful for? Okay. Our vision that we can see, we're able to see each other. I mean, some people don't have vision, are being able to communicate and speak, sense of touch, be able to have 2 feet. Not everybody has 2 legs, 2 arms, 2 hands, the feel, a roof over. Shazi, what's the percentage? If you have a roof over your head and food on the table, you're better off than what percentage of the people in the world? Is it 80% or something like that?
I mean,
80.
you at the moment you just have to be grateful because it is about. I mean, I wouldn't know the exact figures, but it's a maximum there that you
It's
are
it's
doing
a it's
much better than
amazing.
many other people, and we
So
still
many
have
things I'm
them.
grateful for. Yeah, absolutely. Third thing I do, affirmations. I tell myself how awesome I am. I'm a good father, good husband, good Muslim. I'm a great leader. I provide a platform that provides opportunity for less fortunate people. I'm going to be a good mentor, a good friend, good coach. I'm going to be a good boss, a good partner. I'm a great student. So just positive affirmations and build on those affirmations. Don't just say, I own a great business. Say, I own a business that creates a platform for where other people can benefit. You know, don't just say I give charity. Say I help people um, put food on their table, put a roof over their head. I help the homeless, the hungry. So positive affirmations. So affirmations is such an amazing practice. So and then I do my push-ups. Okay, I do my 100 push-ups, I do my plank, and then I have a protein shake. So the last one before we move on to the next topic is, wow, I can't believe we're already at 12:30. I had so much to discuss with you guys. Um, Feed yourself with a good diet. Have some protein, eggs, a protein shake, whatever it is. We are guilty. The majority of people are guilty of having bad diet, and several doctors on this call, we know how uh, diet affects our mind, our mindset, our laziness, our procrastination, our discipline. So a lot of the discipline that I have is thanks to an amazing diet that I have, an amazing discipline that I have. I'm going to take 5 more minutes of your time because I wish these calls were maybe a little bit longer, but we want to respect everybody's time and we do want to keep them around 30 minutes. So
I see a
let me
question
move
from
on.
Jet. What is the
Yes.
big obstacle you've overcome on your journey to achieving your goal to success? Biggest obstacle or biggest challenge if you faced in your discipline. So I guess
So with every business venture that I own, um, I've suffered challenges. I've actually failed several times at early on, my early 20s and 30s, on businesses, business ventures. Um, we say we don't win and lose, we win and learn. So and I said this in the last a few months ago when we talked about this similar topic is the cost, the loss of money that you had, whether it's in a bad investment, you invested in crypto or you invested in stocks or you invested in a business entrepreneur, and business venture, joint venture, whatever it is, the money you lost in your life, don't view it as a loss. View it as your tuition. We pay to go to college to learn in school, correct? So learn. It's a price that you had to pay to learn. Okay? Price you have to pay to learn. So when you fail in a business, you pay that price. All that money that you lost was a lesson. Now, if it was money, you didn't learn anything, then it was a waste of money. It was 100, oh yeah, 100%. It was a lesson that you learned to not make that same mistake again. So everyone on this call, if you ever have lost money, don't feel about it. It's in the past. It's time to move on. So I've never let it uh, sink in. I've just moved on to my next project. So some obstacles that I've challenged. Um, I can't think of one particular. I do have had challenges, whether it's through,
Your
um,
inner voice stopping you from doing those planks. These are obstacles as well, where we have to
yeah,
fight with that demon that comes in the way. Otherwise, it can be conflicting decision making with people we work with because we're all different. That can happen. Delays can happen. So, gently, it depends. There's always going to be obstacles. It's how you reframe the obstacle to a positive. As Maher said, when you lose and you learn, you see it as a blessing, because we wouldn't be here today together in this room if we hadn't faced those losses. I would not be sitting with you, Maher, had I not lost in the last business opportunity I was with. So
same.
it's the journey that we have to look at and the learning that comes along. And these are our takeaways from it.
So as we're wrapping up this call, for everyone on this call, okay, uh, do not try to change your whole life at once. That's a big suggestion. So everyone on this call, do not try to change your whole life at once. Okay. I know that we listen to these motivational speakers. We listen sometimes to these TikTok videos that are motivational. We read books. We go to seminars. The problem is a lot of people, they try to make too drastic of a change too quickly. Okay. Do not change your whole life at once. Okay. Choose one of the items that we spoke about today and make a promise. Make one promise. Everyone on this call, make one promise, take one action. Okay. One drill and practice it every day for 7 days. And next week, I want to hear the stories. I want to hear in the chat, hey, I did this for 7 days. Okay. I want to hear from everybody next week on the chat, because the mindset is not mastered by hearing somebody else. Okay. By hearing me. It's mastered by practicing the something that you do, the small things consistently. So doing small things consistently every day, that's what's going to win your battle. That's what's going to get you to that next step. That's what's going to win your goals, achieve your goals, and get you to that next step line. Okay. So the battle for your future begins inside your own head first. Okay. So that's why mindset is extremely is something that I I'm passionate about, and the more I speak it, the more I portray it, and the more I live it. A lot of you guys know I'm a martial arts instructor, so I became a better martial artist when I started teaching. Okay, so I'm becoming better at the things I do by helping others do the same thing, right? So, to the athletes on this call, the scoreboard may not always look at what you want. The pressure may be high, yes or no. The crowd may be loud, but if your mind is calm and disciplined, okay, and focused, and you're still in the game, that's when you start mastering your mindset. Okay. So mindset comes first. So before you win on the court, before you win in business, before you win in life, okay, you have to win inside your own head. And I'm gonna leave you guys with that. Shazia, any closing statements or
I
anything
was
you want to
just
say?
going to add, I have a few housekeeping as well. Firstly, what Maher said leads on to second week, building unshakable confidence. The next week is about how you build your confidence, is built through action, consistency, as Maher said. Secondly, I'm going to be a little bit, I have taken the attendance from the start. So if you've come like 5 minutes before, Unfortunately, that's not going to qualify unless Maher says it does for the certificate. Attendance means attending the entire session. Just wanted to put that out because it's fantastic. I can see all of you who've attended. Just a reminder, we could let the first day slip, but it depends.
Yes, let's let the first day slip.
And then Maher was, we also have a raffle in 4 weeks' time, fourth session. So
Yes.
you will get this amazing opportunity to partake in the raffle if you've attended every single session till week 4. And then you will get a coaching call by the gentleman himself for 30 minutes in an
And
area that
yourself.
you want to develop. So that in itself is a huge value. And if any of you actually recognize the value that these calls have, and if we were to go out into the commercial sector and serve others and the investment people put on the table for it, you'd be here every single week because through Qminds, we are offering this gift to you.
Yes.
And all we
Yes.
request is your time and attention to really embrace it beautifully. So thank you.
So we're going to raffle one individual that attends all 8 sessions. So we're going to have put those names in a pot and raffle off one session with Shazia and I for 30 minutes to help you develop whether you're starting a new business or you're building a team in QBN or whatever it may be. We'll just sit and talk for 30 minutes and put game plan together and goals together and we'll help you take your next step in achieving those goals. So thank you, Shazia. That's amazing. And so today we'll let it slip, but if we need you guys to stay all the way to the end. And for those that joined a little late, that's fine, no problem for this session. Thank you, everybody. I love you all.
Thank
Many
you.
blessings. I'll keep you guys in my prayers and have a blessed day. And remember today's session, mindset is
And the
your
greatest
superpower.
power you will ever possess is the ability to choose your next thought. Okay, I say that again. The greatest power you will ever possess is the ability to choose your next thought. So think about that thought and have a blessed morning, afternoon, day, wherever you are.
Bye for now.
Bye.